know that he also has a dog. We all know about his dog. His dog is a Houdini of sorts. And last night, about 7 o'clock, did one of the Houdini tricks and disappeared, coming back right and early at 3 a.m. this morning, covered in burrs and ice. Apparently got himself into some mischief, playing with or running from the coyotes that are abound in his farm. Today he's going to share with us, as he seems to do virtually every year, a couple of Christmas stories. If you please welcome Dan Williams. And I'm sorry that, well, Dan Williams with some Christmas stories.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
I'm going to read two poems this morning.
8 to 10.
Ones that I've done before. One I did last year, one about 4 years ago. The one I'm going to start with, I think, is really apropos in today's political market. So, enjoy. A politically correct Christmas was the night before Christmas, and Santa's a wreck. How to live in a world that's politically correct. His workers no longer would answer to elves, vertically challenged, they were calling themselves. And labor conditions at the North Pole were alleged by the Union to stifle a soul. For reindeer had vanished without much propriety, released to the wilds by the Humane Society. And equal employment had made it quite clear that Santa had better not just use reindeer. So Dancer and Donner and Comet and Cupid were replaced with 4 pigs. And you know that looks stupid. The runners had been removed from his sleigh. The rest were termed dangerous by the EPA. And people had started to call for the cops when they heard sled noises on the rooftops. Secondhand smoke from his pipe had his workers quite frightened. His fur-trimmed red suit was called unenlightened. And to show you the strangeness of life's ebbs and flows, Rudolph was suing over unauthorized use of his nose and gone on TV in front of the nation, demanding millions in overdue compensation. And as the gifts, why, they never had a notion that making a choice could cause such a commotion. Nothing of leather, nothing of fur, which meant nothing for him and nothing for her. Nothing that might be construed to pollute, nothing to aim, nothing to shoot. Nothing that damaged or made lots of noise, nothing for just girls, nor for the boys. Nothing that claimed to be gender specific, nothing that's warlike, or none pacifistic. No candy or sweets, they were bad for the tooth. Nothing that seemed to embellish a truth. And fairy tales, while not yet forbidden, were like Ken and Barbie, better off hidden. For they raised the hackles of those psychological who claimed the only good gift was one ecological. No baseball, no football, somebody get hurt. Besides, playing sports exposed kids to dirt. Dolls were said to be sexist and should be passé, and Nintendo had rot your entire brain away. So Santa just stood there, disheveled and perplexed. He just could not figure out what to do next. He tried to be merry, he tried to be gay, but you've got to be careful with that word today. His sack was quite empty, limp to the ground. Nothing fully acceptable was to be found. Something special was needed, a gift that he might give to all without angering the left or the right. A gift that would satisfy, with no indecision, each group of people, every religion, every ethnicity, every hue, everyone, everywhere, even you. So here is that gift, its price beyond worth. May you and your loved ones enjoy peace on earth. In 1897, a young girl by the name of Virginia O'Hanlon wrote a letter to the editor of the New York Sun. And her question was, is there a Santa Claus? The editor, Francis Church, replied with a lengthy editorial, which has become the most read and published editorial ever in the world. Here it is. Dear editor, I'm 8 years old. Some of my little friends say, there is no Santa Claus. Papa says, if you see it in the sun, it's so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? Virginia O'Hanlon, 115 West 95th Street. Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They have been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except what they see. They think that nothing can be believed except which is not comprehensible by their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children's, are little. In this great universe of ours, man is a mere insect, an ant. In his intellect, as compared with the boundaryless world about him, as measured by the intelligence capable of grasping the whole of truth and knowledge. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love, generosity, and devotion exist. And you know what they abound and give to your life? Its highest beauty and joy. Alas, how dreary would be the world if there was no Santa Claus. It would be as dreary as if there was no Virginias. There would be no childlike faith then, no poetry, no romance, to make tolerable this existence. We should have no enjoyment except in senses and sight. The external light with which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus? You might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your papa to hire men to watch in all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus. But even if they did not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove? Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither children nor men can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not. But that's no proof that they are not there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are unseen and unseeable in the world. You may tear apart the baby's rattle to see what makes the noise inside. But there is a veil covering the unseen world which not the strongest man, nor even the united strength of all the strongest men that ever lived, can tear apart. Only faith, fancy, poetry, love, romance can push aside that curtain and view and picture the supernatural beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Virginia, in all this world, there's nothing else real and abiding. No Santa Claus, thank God. He lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia. Nay, 10 times 10,000 years. From now, he'll continue to make glad the heart of childhood. Merry Christmas.